What's up, people? It's time for some tips and tricks. So Apple launched iOS 15 a few months ago. So today I want to do some tips and tricks for you guys to get familiar with iOS 15. So in case you don't know some of all these things, now you will know. So let's get started. So guys, let's kick things off with live text. Live text is a feature on iOS 15 that allows you to point your camera on written letters or a signboard or just anything, phone number, and it can, detect that, and you can extract the text from that. Maybe if it's a sign or a phone number, you can, extract the text or the number and, copy it, translate it, or even make a call. For instance, like this taxi card here, I can just open my camera, swipe my camera open, so I'll point what I want. For instance, I want to pick the number out from this card to call this taxi guy, so I just touch the number. There's an icon. If you notice, there's an icon by the side of the camera. Once you touch, that icon appears. You just touch the icon and it pops that number out. Now I touch the number because I want to call. If I want to copy, I touch and hold and I'll copy it. But I want to call this guy, so I'll just click on it, and now you can call, you can send a message directly from your camera. So this is just like for the phone number. It works very, very good. So for instance, if, let me say, I have a text here for another example. So for instance, I want to copy this text. You can see already, it's already showing in that yellow highlight that you can highlight this stuff, and that icon is by the side of the camera as well again. So you just need to touch the icon, it pops this out, and now you can copy this, or you can look it up, or if it's something that you want to translate, you can also translate. But for instance, I want to look this up right now. If I click, now it tells me to search the web. I want to search the web, takes me to the web, and bam, we're talking about Michael Parkin, Economic Western University. So this is something that's very good. Also, live text works in the gallery. For instance, any picture you have, an existing picture that have text or anything you want to copy or translate from inside, once you open it, just like you're seeing here, you just need to touch that same icon again. Like you see now, it's selecting all of them. You can now choose to maybe select a particular one, what you want, then you can copy it, or you can look it up, or translate it and all that. So it works as well in the gallery, just like it worked when you are pointing the camera directly at it. Also in the gallery, if you right now in iOS 15, if you just swipe up, you get the information of any particular picture that's displaying on your screen. You can see the information, where it's sent from. You can adjust and add locations and all that. Like before, it's not available with iOS 14. So this is something new with iOS 15. So it will tell you if it's from your camera that you snap the picture, it will tell you the particular camera, if it's the ultra wide angle camera or the telephoto camera, the aperture, and all the stuff. Just give you very good information about the picture. So something else I want to talk about is in Safari. When you open your browser, if you notice, your search bar is always on top, right? Phones are getting bigger these days, and they are looking for a way to make your hand, everything reachable with your hand. So what Apple did with iOS 15, your search bar can be moved to the bottom. You just touch this icon that is next to the search bar and just search bar to the bottom. Now your search bar is at the bottom, so it's kind of weird. It will take some time to get used to, but if you can get used to it, it's very easy to just always tap here and search whatever I want to search. But if you don't want, you can always touch it back again and put it on top where it belongs. So next up, it's FaceTime. FaceTime is one feature that it's exclusive to only iPhone. If you want to FaceTime, it has to just be only from iPhone to iPhone. So but with FaceTime, Apple had introduced other platform to join FaceTime. So for instance, if you're using iPhone, you can FaceTime with someone that's using Android. You can FaceTime with someone that has Windows PC and all that. So what you do, you just open your FaceTime. There's this create link option that is now available. So what you do, you just click the create link, and it brings all your apps. If you want to send it to WhatsApp, if you want to send it to Instagram, anywhere you want to send it to. For instance, you want to send it to WhatsApp, you can send the link to WhatsApp and click on the person you want to send the link to. It creates this link and it sends the link to the person. And when the person sees this link, the person just clicks on the link like you are seeing on the screen right now. The person click on the link and put the name, and voila, you're ready to join. So it's a very, very easy way to connect with other of your friends, your other friends that are not using iOS. So next up is Siri. Siri always is the voice assistant that you have on iOS that can help you get tasks done. But now Siri can work offline. Siri usually works with internet, right? But now Siri can work offline, with you can do setting tasks like setting an alarm, opening certain apps, controlling your settings and music with Siri directly without the internet. So for instance, I can just switch off my internet. When I turn off the internet, still I will talk to Siri and tell Siri to do something for me, and it's gonna do it. For instance, set an alarm for 8 p.m. That's it. Turn off alarm.
I turned off your 8 p.m. alarm.
Open Facebook. Open settings. So like you can see, without internet, Siri can still do some setting tasks, and this was introduced with iOS 15. So you can set an alarm, open setting up, control your settings, like tell it to turn on brightness, or turn on increase or decrease the brightness, and maybe change music track and all that. So you can do all the stuff with the internet off, so it works offline right now. So next up is focus. Apple really made this a big deal. Focus, it's something that it's just a kind of do not disturb kind of mode. So for instance, if you are at work or you are in a meeting or something like that, you can set your iPhone to do certain things at the particular time you are doing that stuff. So for instance, if I want to add a new focus, it opens up, and let me say I want to custom, let me say I want to put games when I'm playing games. So then you go to games, then you can select what contact you want that you can allow to send you a message while you are playing game. You can pick a certain contact that you want, and also you can pick the specific applications you want to receive notifications from when you are playing games. So it's very, very restrictive. So only the certain amount of people that you want to that you want them to send you message or anything or call, those are the only people that can call you or send you a message, as well as the applications you permit to receive notifications from. Those are the applications that can send you notifications. So they have expanded the functionality with this focus mode. So, and you can turn it off and schedule when you want your focus mode to be on and all that. So it's something new with iOS. So something else I want to show you guys is, like, most of you will know this, just like for instance, you want to if you have lots of screens and you want to hide some of them, you just go to your jiggle mode according to what it's called. So when you get to jiggle mode, these are all your screens. You just touch the bar, all the app screen you have here, they are here. From here you can hide the ones you want to hide, or change the order to wherever you want them to be. You can change all these things, and done. And the only ones you allow access to will be the only one that will be available. Anytime you are done with whatever you want to do, you can also turn what you turn off, you can turn them on back again. So that's something that is, I thought I should let you know for arranging your screen. So next up with iOS 15 is text size. So for instance, if you're in a particular application and you want to make the text size bigger or smaller, it's very easy to do. You just go to settings. When you get to settings, go to control center, scroll down, and you see option for add text. Add that to control center. So now when you are in a particular application, for instance message, and you want this text to be smaller or bigger, you just come to the control center and now you see the text size. So you just click on text size. Make sure you are clicking on the particular application that you want, because you can make it as also available for all the applications. But for instance, in this situation, I just want it to only focus on messages. So I click on messages. Now I want messages to be bigger. You can make it bigger and you can see it getting bigger right here, or you can make it, smaller, and you can make it smaller. So it's just another new way to make, for those that want bigger text or smaller text on their phone in general. This is a way that you can set that with iOS 15. So next up is Spotlight. Spotlight is this general search, that you if you just swipe down, you get your search. Now Apple has made Spotlight a little bit more flexible, so once you are on your lock screen, you don't need to unlock your phone again if you want to search for a particular application, or you want to search for something real quick. You just need to open while you are still on the lock screen. You just swipe down and search, it's you just swipe and Spotlight is up. Guys, I'm new with iOS, so I'm trying to master all the names and I want to call the exact name. So Spotlight can work from your lock screen. You don't need to open the phone for you to use Spotlight. So you just open and swipe down and Spotlight is available. So this is something new with iOS 15. And lastly, tips trick for iOS 15 has to do with the camera. There's something new that Apple has added to the camera. So for instance, you can open the camera app. When you open the camera app, so before you just touch and hold and you start recording, it's normal. So something that's new with iOS 15 is if you touch and hold, now you can swipe up and it zooms in and zooms out, so just like that Snapchat stuff. Zoom in and zoom out while holding it. Then you want to lock, obviously you swipe into lock. So that is it. So there you have it, guys. Tips and tricks with iOS 15. There are lots of tips and tricks, but I was able to show you some of them as time goes on. If I find out more, I will let you know. For those of you who know these tips and tricks, this is very good. But for those of you who don't know, now you know. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. It does help a lot. More videos coming at the end of the year. I have like 2 more videos I'm going to drop for you. So make sure you don't miss the channel. Keep watching. Okay, I'm out of here.